Good morning, everybody. Quick video this morning. I got an email from the Australian Institute of Company Directors this week. They've just released a climate governance guide, which I'm super keen to get in and have a bit of a look at. And I also had a couple of magazines stacked up on my to-do list. So there are actually a couple of articles in both the Company Director magazine, but also New Zealand's Boardroom magazine that I went through. And I'm sorry to say the Kiwi article was better than the Aussie articles. No, in all seriousness, a big part of this, and certainly part of my background going through doing my company director's course, getting an understanding of governance. When we look at the legislation and the policy and making sure that we've got good coverage for what we need to do in our business. The Australian and New Zealand Directors Institutes are a great place to go for information. So if you're not already a member, then definitely sign up. I did my company director's course years ago now. Best thing I ever did at the time. It was awesome. So highly recommend that, because it gets you into a level of understanding about the legislation that you're not going to get otherwise, in my humble opinion. So the Aussie... So Company Director magazine, which is the AICD's publication, had a couple of articles. One is about the Australian Securities Investments Commission, ASIC, looking into greenwashing. So there's basically, the short story is there's regulatory investigations happening around making sure that you're being ethical and not overstating what you're doing and trying to build sustainability and good, conscious environmental action into your business. So that was one of the articles. And then the other article, bear with me, the chair of BHP Billiton, talking about what they're doing within their business. And there's some really cool takeouts, actually. So in all of that, I'm one of these people that will always look for, I will take information from any place that I can get it if it's valuable. And as much as it's hard for me to I had to put myself in that place of listen to what this person is saying. Actually, he made some really valid points. So one in particular that I picked up on was this idea of resilience. So within the article, the interview was really about what's BHP doing as a whole, and actually a lot of it is about board skill set, it's about capability, it's about, they listed resilience as a key capability of leadership, all of these things that you need to be doing to start to build your environmental and sustainability principles into your business. So that was a super interesting article. But what I wanted to share most importantly was actually out of the New Zealand Boardroom magazine, because they came up with 5-ish questions that boards should ask on climate action. And I thought these were really relevant. So the first question, at the strategic level, are we appropriately balancing the immediate financial issues with long-term value creation? And there's a lot of talk about this, right? That pull between satisfying stakeholders, long-term decision making, making those short, quick wins, finding that balance. Question number 2, are we fully evaluating the multi-factor risks, physical, regulatory, reputational and legal, which arise from our environmental, social, governance exposures? How are these sets of risks being integrated into the organisation's overall risk management framework? So one of the things that they did talk about in that BHP article was, I think my takeout was, focus on those things that are the biggest factors in your business. For me, it's largely my clients' travel. It's largely getting people on planes and getting them to New Zealand, bringing them to remote areas, and then the impact whilst they're here. So, let's focus on those things that are big for us in our business. Focus on them first. Question number 3, what mindset change is necessary to meet our objectives? What are our stakeholder expectations, internal and external? Are we carefully evaluating how we will communicate and disclose our sustainability journey to our multiple stakeholders? So this is about a mindset shift that's required to make real impactful change in our business. And back to that thing about ASIC and the greenwashing, right? Making sure that we're responsibly documenting what we're doing and we're not overstating what we're up to. We're not overstating our impact. Question number 4, does our organisation have the knowledge and skill sets on the board and within our management teams to meet emerging ESG and climate related risks and opportunities? Do we have the skills and knowledge? Great question. And 5, finally, many organisations have identified significant growth opportunities arising from the current and pending ESG changes. How is our organisation responding? So one of the things I love about this question is it's back to not only the risk management, not only, I guess, that fear-based response about like, how are we responding to this thing? How are we reacting to it? But back into opportunity. So looking for those opportunities, looking for those open doorways, stepping through those open doorways into building better businesses. So yeah, that's my thinking for today. If you're not already, I highly recommend joining the Company Directors Institute. You can join as what they call an associate and be a full kind of part of their membership, or you can do what I did and join as somebody who is interested in director issues. You get the publications, all those sorts of things, but you're not necessarily an active board member. You're not building your board portfolio, put it that way. So yeah, if you're not already, I highly recommend it. And I really, really recommend doing your company directors course because that level of just that understanding of governance and the way that boards are operating and that hook into legislation, it's a really good stretch for your mindset. So yeah, that's what I'm working on today. I'm going to go back and just go through these 5 questions in a bit more detail and sort of distill out a couple of notes on what I can take further. I hope wherever you are, you're having an awesome day.